There is a question, how much does a doctor earn in India? Omkar is asking, sir, I applied to 100 hospitals. Why will I get interview in 5? Omkar, it is a competition everywhere. More than 200, 500, 1,000 people apply. If your profile is good, you will get into 5. If not, you will not get it. All right. And those who want to know specifically about the ranking order, please go on the Moksha free trial, LMS free trial, USMLE mock test trial. There are so many videos which we have put up, right? This is a huge topic. If I go in detail, I mean, I'll spend 1 hour explaining the ranking, right? Please understand that. Now, I had so many people asking, what is the income? How much do we earn after graduation? So your minimum income starts with 1.5 crores if you get into pediatrics, medicine, neuro. The top notch are plastic surgery, orthopedics, cardio, gastro, radio. Okay. So it's a decent salary what you are earning compared to your peers here in India, in the American job market after PG. Okay. This is very, very important. Okay. 2020 match was the highest for the last so many years. Number of PG seats were 34,000, and already government has announced 1,000 more seats for 21. Number of non-US citizens getting match was highest. Okay. Now let me tell you the way Mitul heard about a rumor that 2023 India nobody will be allowed. Similarly, Mitul, when 2015 everybody said Trump is coming, story is over, USMLE is over. But what happened? Every year that Trump was in power, number of IMGs getting selected kept on increasing. With 2020 highest, 6,900 non-US IMGs applied and 422 people got admission. So my point is, don't believe on rumors, see the facts. Even the Trump, ban effect could not do anything for USMLE because the reality is that US needs doctors. So please do not believe to any false rumors. All right. What are the factors for selection in PG? This is very, very important. Vaibhav, we are talking about that and you will understand that as we proceed ahead. So Vaibhav is asking, well, how do I build my CV? There are a lot of factors which are involved. We will be discussing them. Most important factor is your USMLE score. Step 1 pass in first attempt, CK 240 plus, CS is now over. So your step 3 becomes very important. US clinical experience plus a LOR. So now your electives have become very, very important. Medical school performance. There are a lot of students say, sir, I will just pass in my med school because I am focusing on USMLE. Do not do that. If you get good marks in your medical school, it can help boost your CV. Specialty focus work. So if you want to get into surgery, attend surgery seminars, attend surgery workshops, do whatever activities the surgery department is getting involved with. Volunteer work which you do with your PSM department. Especially during COVID, a lot of you have worked really hard. Please take those acknowledgement certificates from your department. It's going to help you. Extracurricular activities beyond medicine, what all things are you involved with? Sports, quizzes, paper publication, poster presentations, get involved with it. Research, if you are in first year Vaibhav, in second year in India, short-term projects come by ICMR. So participate in these short-term research projects, okay? That gives you a great start to your USMLE journey. And finally, language. Every MOOC student, we have informed them very, very clearly that you guys need to prepare for Spanish language. Very, very important, okay? It's a game changer. If you know a language with maximum American people are speaking, it's going to help you a lot, okay? Whether you develop this by watching some web series does not matter, but you need to have Spanish proficiency, okay? And finally, the interviews, those are also very important. Now, what we do at Moksha, we provide you end-to-end solutions, but more important thing is there are some important Indian statistics for you. There are more than 15,000 students preparing for USMLE in India. But last year, only 1,094 got selected. Why? What is the reason 14,000 students gave up on their dreams? The reason is there are not many providers who push the student. who give that motivational boost to the students. We are proud to say at Moksh, we actually keep on, there's a dedicated support team, which daily recommends students to attend live lectures, to solve the questions, so that students are ready for the exams. All right. A lot of time I get the question, when do I start my USMLE? Answer is now. Do not waste a single day. Until and unless you are a final year student, I understand if you're a final year student, focus on your medical school. But if you are any first year, second year, third year, or any intern, immediately start. Every day you are wasting, it's loss of so much time. And that realization happens when students, join, and then they, start practicing. They realize that we should have started earlier. We wasted so much of precious time. So I get so many questions, sir. Do I wait for me to pass internship? Do I start in third year, second year? No. Now is the time. Build your fundamentals strong. It's going to help everywhere in life. I always tell people, what's the side effect of you not getting into USMLE? No side effect. Why? Because the knowledge which you have gathered, you can conquer any exam group. That is the reality. So it is important that you start early. Okay. Especially those who are from 2017 batch onward students, please understand this. The rules of game have changed. What your seniors followed, it's not applicable to you. Your seniors didn't have to bother about next examinations, but you guys have to. So typically what we have seen since last February 2020, where the initial announcement for a proposed next exam has out, we've got two kind of students. One student who is very serious that yes, my capabilities are not about USMLE, so I will focus and only prepare for next. But they are starting right from first, second, third year, wherever they are. They are very clear, let's start for next. And there is a second category of smart student who says next के लिए clinical चाहिए तो might as well do USMLE. If I prepare for USMLE by default, मैं तो next के लिए ready हो जाऊंगा. That is the approach which students are taking. So you guys are pioneer batch 2017, 18, 19. Whatever rules you write, that will be followed by your juniors. But if you guys try copying your seniors, it will be a serious mess. Take next exam seriously. Okay, that is something which I want to kind of highlight. Unfortunately, a lot of students are not aware, and they take USMLE very lightly. It's a one-time career exam, but you believe maybe the pirated exam can, help you. God help you. Some people join these review courses in Pune and Hyderabad, which, these people after every 4 months, 7 months ask you new money. They will tell you 21 new book, 22 new book, 23 new book. They keep on changing few pages and then ask for more money. Only support is given to share login ID password. Fancy seminars, nothing else. No end-to-end support. No end-to-end support. In fact, many of them in Hyderabad tell you, okay, don't do anything in India. Do coaching in America. Go in America, spend almost 50 lakh rupees a year. I mean, in that money, I might as well do MPH program in America. Our program is something where professionals have realized the need of Indian student. That push, that support, and that is what we are focusing on. All right, we have different modules right from preclinical foundation. We have international students of ours who do preclinical foundations, which is just what American students do, and only once they qualify they start step 1. Why? Because their fundamentals are very strong. Because step 1 is a one-time give exam. That is the reason why we are so serious. So we have a modular program, module 1, module 2, depending on which level you are into. And just for your information's sake, we do not offer the module 3 and module 4 for students who are not with us for module 1 or module 2. All right? Because we believe that we want to invest in your career. So there are a lot of plans. You can contact with our counselors and let me know. I mean, you can understand that. But yes, why Moksh? Of course, we are technology-based company who focuses on high content, test analytics, active learning. All of our classes are live classes. We provide you pre-recording material as well, doubt-solving sessions, unlimited validity. We understand that 4 months, 7 months, 9 months, and then again asking for money is not a great thing. Okay, our programs are with unlimited validity so that you could really focus and clear your exams. I understand a lot of them, people have challenges parallelly to manage internship or medical college or all other challenges. Those are also taken care of. Those are also taken care of, which is why the unlimited validity. So if you miss one particular subject in the next cycle, the same subject will be repeated. So no problem. So that is why it is actually something which all our students prefer. All right. Now, this is very important. I got a question. What is the total cost of USMLE process? So the total cost is around $20,000 to $25,000, which includes your step exam fees of about $3,000. To be precise, with the new changes, it is 3,375. Okay. Then your electives and observerships and all those things, $3,000 to $6,000. Living expenditures in America, $2,000 to $3,000. Residency application, applying to 100 programs, 150 programs, $5,000. Interview season. Now this year, a lot of people saved this money because interviews happened online. They could save this $5,000. Travel tickets, $5,000. So total expenditure is around Indian rupees 20 lakhs. Okay. And then, of course, separately, there are USMLE prep, counseling, unpaid research positions which are there, mentoring. Those are different costs. Okay. So that depends on module to module. So you can definitely contact our counselors and they will let you know depending on which programs you want to go. Now, this is something very important. Everybody's asking what is the new changes in USMLE and what is the impact on IMGs. Okay, so we will discuss again that in detail. So quickly, if you can fill up this poll, I will be quickly discussing that as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Perfect. So now, please, this is something all of you need to understand. The rules of the game have changed. Okay. The new changes have changed the traditional way of selecting students. What was the traditional way? They were focusing on step 1 score. Now the program directors, what is the program director? Nothing but the HOD of the department who takes admissions for the departmental residents. Okay. So what is these? These are 10 factors which are the top factors which a program director looks when he admits the students. Okay. So earlier they were focusing on step 1 marks. Now 100% of them will see whether you pass step 1 in first attempt or not. Letter of recommendation, when you go for US clinical experience, those letters are very important. So clinical rotations have become highly important now. Your college performance, if you have got a good score, it helps. If you've got a highest mark in one of the subject, it helps. If you're in top 20 in your college, it helps. Step 2, CK marks. Earlier only 80% program director over it. Now this becomes 100%. Your personal statement, so your profile, your grades. If you have any failed attempt, earlier only 70% were bothered. Now 100% of them are bothered whether you are failing step 1 or not. What was the class ranking? Commitment to specialty. So you need to prove in your CV why surgery, why psychiatry, why pediatrics, and personal prior knowledge, which means again networking. This is again only and only possible if you go for clinical experience in America or some research positions in America. So rules of the games have changed, interaction with faculty, interpersonal skills, feedback from residents. These are all important, but the weightage has changed. So a lot of students are asking, have things become easy or difficult now? My answer is neither are things easier, neither are things difficult. The weightage of the factors have changed. So you need to also ensure your profile, you are making it accordingly. Okay. Please understand what rotations are important and of value. Okay. Only and only valuable rotations are at this point of time if you are a student. Clinical electives, which you can do it only in the internship or a final year. Okay. So this is valuable. Hands-on rotations are valuable. Observership does not hold that much value. Tele-rotation, to forget it. There are a lot of companies mushrooming and sending so many emails, Facebook, Insta ads, join us for tele-rotations. No value. This year, people with tele-rotation have got zero interviews. Zero interviews, I'm telling you. So please Do not have this herd philosophy. Okay, due to COVID, nothing is available. So at least let me do tele-rotations. Don't do that. Why waste money? The only rotations which are valuable are hands-on clinical electives in American universities or hospitals. For graduates, there are clerkships in few states available, and for students, clinical electives in almost all the states. Those who want to know further, there is a detailed video I have conducted on Moksha Academy. You should watch that. Those who already have their step exam marks and also a visa, because currently in a COVID time, these are two challenging things, and want to go for clerkships, there are very few options available. We can help you, no problem. All right. But please understand, if you give your step 1 exam in the 3rd year, there are certain universities which give you free of cost electives as well. Okay. So those who want to know where I can find the list of free universities, it's very simple. Go to moksh16.com. Okay, that's the website, and you will find the entire information about clinical rotations, free electives, each and everything is available there. Go to online coaching, go to USMLE coaching. Now here every information is available. If you want a free trial, click on this link on exams, clinical rotations, residency match, is there. Refer to the website. You click on US clinical rotations, you will find which step 1, which are the free rotations. Entire clinical elective procedure is there here. And these are becoming day by day very important, right? So make sure you guys are ready for it. Okay, perfect. So let's move ahead. Now, very important thing is there is too much of information which has been passed on today. So I understand many of you confused, no problem. What to do, where to begin? That's the question in your mind. So the answer is very simple. You can schedule a personalized counseling Zoom call or a Skype session with me. You can contact my counselors and they will let you know when can you schedule it. You can attend the Moksha USMLE live lecture, see how our teach. You can go and attend the USMLE free trial login of the Moksha USMLE online course. You can appear for a step 1 mock test. All the options are available with you. You can decide which one suits you, no problem. All right. And of course, any further support required, these are the numbers and these are the email IDs to connect. You guys like the session, any feedback, any suggestions, definitely I will take up all the questions. But meanwhile, I would definitely want to know, is the webinar helpful? Any more content which you want to know? Because our aim is to ensure that we could, get more and more transparency in the USMLE process. There are a lot of gray areas. There are a lot of, unfortunate marketing done by certain companies, where the information is not clear. What we want to do is ensure that whatever it is crystal clear, informed to you, so that the decision making happen very properly. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you for your so many kind words and questions. I will see you, in my next session. And thank you very much once again, and appreciate your presence.